All right, people. Uh, I have both of my steam engines on here, and I've been running them yesterday before I went to bed. And those steam engines has exposed some bad spots on my layout. Let me put it in another way, which is very frank and harsh. These steam engines have exposed shitty track work on my layout. Now, don't get me wrong, the diesels can run fine on here, but when it comes to steam engines, they will expose some shit that you didn't even know that was there. So, there is a bad spot there on that curve switch that I gotta fix. There's another bad spot somewhere on that curve switch I gotta fix. The crossover has a bad spot that I gotta fix. This lift up table, and you can see that I gotta fix. There's another bad spot here on this crossover and on the straightaway that I gotta fix. There is a bad spot on the inside track I gotta fix. Both of these sections has a bad spot that I gotta fix. And if you look closely, you can see I didn't see it, but when I looked closely at it, that steam engine kept going off right there, and you can see it. Now, the diesels run fine on it, but when you put a steam engine on here, it exposed all my shitty track work. And then we have that spot up there on the switch up there that I got to fix, and on the other side. So, conclusion. Yeah. I was exposed. Shitty track work. Now, here's the thing. Now, like I said, the diesels and the regular cars will run fine on here. Because, one, these cars are pretty heavy. They're heavy. But if I took my Crestline car and it has no weight in it whatsoever, that's my test car. That's my critical car. In other words, I use that car to check for bad spots because there is no weight in it. And I put it on the layout, and it probably exposed every section of the layout that those steam engines has exposed. Weight put a Band-Aid on the problem. You put a weight on it on a rail car, and you weigh down a good heavy diesel engine, and it'll go through there fine. But when you get a critical car or a critical engine like a steam engine, and be mindful, that's a 5-axle steam engine there. So I guarantee you it's going to tell you something is wrong. And it did. It wasn't the car. It's the track work. And I tell everybody this all the time. It ain't the rail car that's the shitty track, that's making the shitty track work. It shows shitty track work that's making the rail car go off track. Now, we can have this debate over and over and over again. But I've told y'all, facts versus truth. I can put a critical car on there, and it'll probably expose all the same. Oh, there's a bad spot up there too. Yeah, it'll expose everything. But if you put weight in the car to weigh it down, guess what? The car will stay on track because you're forcing the car to stay on track. The more weight you put on your layout, the more you're going to burn your engines up. The more you burn your engines up, it's time to replace the motor. Time to replace the motor costs money. Replacing an engine costs money. that we can't afford to use because we don't want to take the time to fix the most important part of your layout is your track. So I know once again there's going to be debate about this, and everybody's going to say that's not true. That's not true. Okay, fix the track, then put the car on there and see what happens. I guarantee you'll be surprised. It's not the car, it's just shitty track work. All right, so I'm not going to run no trains until I fix these exposed areas, because in fact, if I don't, then it defeats the purpose of trying to run my other engines on here, because like I said, every once in a while those engines do hit those bad spots and they do mess up. But at the end of the day, I got to stop being lazy and approach this motherfucker with some common sense and just fix the issue. And it's called your shitty track area. So I got to run to the airport in a little while and go pick up a friend from the airport and bring them home. And then when I get back, it's all about fixing the track work. I don't know how I'm going to do most of this stuff, but I'm going to do it today, because I got to work a long shift tomorrow, 8 to 8 tomorrow. So, yeah. If I have to pull up track and just rebuild the whole section, then that's what I'm going to do, because I want those steam engines running by the end of the night. All right. So there you have it. Here's my update on exposing shitty track work. And once again, guys, I will continue to repeat this over and over again. It's not the rail car. It's your shitty track work. Now, by all means, if you have a car that has bad trucks on them, like those metal trucks that has the spring on them, I don't run those some guns on there, because some damn things are the devil, and it will make your track. It will not run on those metal wheels. Those metal trucks won't run on here. I forbid them. Every time I get a car with them and it has a metal wheel, I chunk them and donate them to someone. But at the end of the day, you put the right truck on here and run it with the right weight, which is what it's the minimum weight possible, then there you go. Fix your track. I guarantee you'll find out that it's not the rail car, it's your track. And I say this about 90% of the time. The other 10% might be the car, but 90% of it is your track work. All right. So until then, let me get to work on some of this, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.